Hey everybody, Brian Garcia, meteorologist, National Weather Service, San Francisco Bay Area, Monterey Bay regions. Wanted to take a moment today to talk about the upcoming weather for about the next week or so. So let's dive in. We're going to utilize our friends out there at the Climate Prediction Center to talk about the forecast. But first, before we do any of this, we are going to look at a temperature forecast. And this is for San Jose. So if you have any, let's say, events that you might be attending or interested in South Bay this weekend. These are the conditions you might be looking at. You can see the temperature, those red boxes, those daytime highs are going to be ramping up as we get into Sunday, with it looks like Sunday being the peak warmth day in the low to mid 70s, and the early morning lows or the overnight lows probably about in the mid 50s or so. So very pleasant conditions as an area of high pressure builds in. We may have some showers early that morning crossing portions of North Bay as well as the central part of the bay. So it'll probably be a little cloudy in South Bay or late this weekend, but it looks like it may clear out towards the late afternoon and into the evening hours. But then you can see these boxes really kind of peak out and they start to slide down into cooler temperatures. And by the time we get into late next week, we're going to be back with daytime highs in the South Bay area in the 60s, maybe even upper 50s. But those early morning lows will really be taking a nosedive down into the 40s and maybe even mid to upper 30s by the time we get into the weekend after this coming weekend. So what's the forecast look like for the next several days? The 6 to 10 day forecast, valid January 29th through February 2nd. You can see here that we have a higher probability of being above normal for temperature. For that same time frame, we have a higher probability of being above normal for precipitation, and this window is really a window that we're watching for a very potent system to come through. And the 8 to 14 day outlook, January 31st through February 6th, near normal for temperatures, and for precipitation, we remain with a higher probability of being above normal for precipitation. Climate Prediction Center did issue this a couple days ago, and they updated it yesterday. Atmospheric river likely to impact the west with heavy precipitation, high winds, and possible flooding. And if we look at their charts for this, we have a high probability of heavy precipitation during the window of the 31st through February 6th. And also the 31st through February 6th, we have a moderate probability of high winds across our area. So that means we are getting a storm moving across our area. And if we look at all the hazards combined together, you can see the high winds and the heavy rain there, both in the brown and green respectively. But then you also have the hatched area through there. And if you look at the bottom right here, it says flooding is possible. So we are looking at the potential for flooding across the area during an atmospheric river or a pineapple express that looks like it's going to come across our region late in the month, so around the 31st and into early next month, the 1st, 2nd. So somewhere in that window, make sure that you're ready, make sure that you're set. Take this weekend and prepare ahead of time while the weather's nice and while it's warm and you can get things done and get things done easily. And then you'll be ready for the week ahead, because it's going to be a wild week ahead. Take care of yourselves, take care of each other, be good to one another. See you everybody. Bye.